Hi everybody, welcome to today's class. It's a full body session and you won't be requiring any equipment. We're going to start in a 4-point kneel, making sure that your hands are in line with your shoulders and that your knees are directly below your hips. Make sure your legs are hip width apart. Steady the breath as we prepare for a cat-cow, taking a deep breath in through the nose, raise up through that thoracic spine, lifting towards the ceiling. Exhale, big breath out through the mouth, look up towards the ceiling, bring those shoulder blades down. And again, inhale, bring your head down, look towards your belly button, lift up through the mid-back. Exhale, big breath out through the mouth, raise your gaze towards the ceiling and dip through that lower spine. Keep going here, and can you get higher this time? Think about bringing your belly button towards the back of your spine and really arching as high as you can. Press the ground away. Exhale, look as high as you can and bring those arms down towards the ribs. Inhaling again, each time getting higher and more movement through that spine. Exhale, look up towards the ceiling. And again, inhaling. And the last one here, exhale, look up, and now into a neutral spine. So somewhere in between those two movements. Keeping your core embraced, exhale and extend that left leg backwards. Inhale, bring it back into center. And again, exhale, extend that right foot backwards. Bring it back into center. You want to keep your core as still as possible, so your midsection should not be moving side to side. Using your breath to help you raise the leg above the ground and bring it back to center without arching into your back and not swaying the hips side to side. The neck is long and our gaze is just above our hands. We are now going to switch to raising alternate arms. So again, exhale, lengthen your right arm, bring it back down to center, only to shoulder height, left arm, back to center. All the while, we're keeping our midline stable and we're not swaying side to side with the hips. Using the same breathing technique we have been, we're now going to raise opposite arm and opposite leg. So exhale, raise left arm and right leg. Inhale, bring them back down to center. Exhale, extend the right arm and left leg. Hold. Inhale, bring them to center. The objective of this exercise isn't how high you can raise, but how far away you can reach your fingers from your toes. Think about lengthening as though somebody is pulling your arm and pulling your leg in opposite directions. Your neck should be long and your gaze should be ahead of your hands, so try not to dip your chin down towards your chest. The power of this exercise is in mind-muscle connection, so think about squeezing that glute as you raise the leg. Pause for a moment at the top before you lower. Keep going here and keep making sure you're moving with your breath. You can make an audible exhale, just emphasizing that bracing of the core. Be intentional about the pause at the top and really squeeze into the glute. Next one, we're going to raise the arm and the leg, but this time we're going to move in a diagonal position at the top. Just bring them as far out towards the side as you can, back to center, and then lower down. So this is an additional challenge on your balance and your core. Extend and then move your arm and leg out towards opposite sides like a clock hand and back to center. If you find that this is just making you wobble and lose your balance, you can go back to the move we'd been doing. But if it's possible for you, really try and push yourself, work with your breath, see how far in opposition you can stretch your fingertips from your toes whilst keeping your balance. Again, make sure we're turning, so imagine we're clock hands, and then returning to center. It's important not to rush through this movement. Actually, the slower you go, the harder it is, so really work on that control. I know you're looking at the screen like, girl, how many more? We are on our last one. To prepare for the next move, I would like you to exhale and extend the arm and leg as we have been doing in the previous exercise, left arm, right leg, but then bring the arm down. And we're now going to lower ourselves down into a push-up position and back up, all the while keeping the right leg extended. we want to aim the elbows backwards so our arms are no wider than the mat, and we are working into the triceps at the back of the arms. If this is too difficult, you can keep that right leg down on the mat bent. So just do these as normal push-ups on your knees. Think about pushing the ground away from you. So put all of the weight and pressure into the palms of your hand. Think about bringing your shoulders down towards the mat as well as your chest. So we want to try and get as low as we can in this position. But we want to consider our body as a lever. So from your head to your toe, you want to try and keep that in alignment. Little challenge here. On the next one, are you able to untuck that toe and bring the knee in towards the nose? Lower yourself back down and continue with the push-up. So we push up, bring that right knee to the nose, and then extend that leg back out and go back into the push-up. If this is too difficult for you, you don't have to lift up off the ground. You can just do the push-up and then bring your nose to your knee and then continue in that fashion. Keep going here. We're in the last one of these. So this is the last time you're bringing the nose to knee, lowering everything down, and your final push-up. Bring yourself straight back up. Well done. Very well done. You can now sit back in a child's pose and extend your arms in front of you whilst looking down towards the mat. Release any tension from the lower back. And then also, I find sometimes these exercises are a little bit of a strain on my wrists, so you can just roll them around and try and release any tension. Also pushing them in the opposite direction just to get that stretch and release. We have two sides, which means we're going to go again. And this time we'll be raising the left leg. So just prepare yourself, take a few breaths in, make sure you're comfortable with your positioning, wrists are underneath your shoulders. Exhale, raise that left leg and right arm, and then bring the arm down, and we're going to go into the push-up. At the moment we're just doing the push-up, and again we're extending those arms, those elbows rather, towards the back of the room. So it's not a chest press, it's a tricep push-up. We want to work the back of the arms. We're keeping the body long. So like a seesaw, when the top part of your body goes down, the leg goes up. When the leg goes down, the top half of the body will come back up. Keep going here and think about pushing the ground away. We only have a few more here before we're going to bring that knee to nose variation. And again, push up and push away. Now you'll want to untuck your toe and make sure that you are free to raise that knee and bring in the opposite knee to the nose. Lower everything back down and go back into the push-up. As I said previously, if you're unable to raise from the ground, you can just bring the knee to the nose, focusing on really curling through that spine, that mid-back, lifting as we did in the cat-cow at the beginning of the class. I know you're wondering how many more, just 2 more. You're nearly there. This is such strong work. It's not the easiest. This is going to be your last lift. Make it your best one. Touch your nose with your knee. Lower everything back down. Last push up. And release. Bring that leg down. Sit back. Put your bum towards your heels and get into a child's pose with your arms long ahead of you. Just let that head feel heavy. Again, taking deep breaths in here, thinking about breathing through your side body, so expanding your ribs as much as you can through the side. Bring that right arm over to the left side so that you can get more of a stretch in the right side of your body. And then also bring the left arm over to the right hand so that you can get a nice stretch through the left body. Okay, come up to kneeling. And you can use this opportunity to get yourself some water. Please don't wait for me to remind you to take a break and take some water. And we are now going to get into a side series working into our obliques. So bending one leg, let's say your left leg because that's what I'm doing. Extend your right leg out straight, bringing your hands to your temples. Exhale and lower yourself down towards the left side. Inhale to bring yourself up to center. Exhale to lower the body down. Inhale to bring yourself up. You want to keep this movement in the lateral plane, so imagine you are a slice of toast and you're in a toaster. The only movement is left and right, not forwards and backwards. You're not rocking back and forth. Exhale to turn and dip. Inhale to bring everything back to center. Keep going here and imagine that there's a flame burning on that side there and you just want to arch over it. You don't want to collapse into it. That's the type of movement we want, thinking about getting very long in that right side of your body. Bringing your breath in so that that helps you with the movement and helps you control the movement. Now we're going to bring the left arm down towards the ground, extending the right arm overhead. We're going to bring the elbow to the knee. So extend and then crunch in the right body there, bringing in that elbow to the knee, exhaling and making sure that you get all of the air out of the abdomen. Keep extending here and make sure you move at a steady pace. As previously, the goal here is really to see how far away can you get your fingers from your toes here. How much can you extend, and then how much can you crunch into that right side as you bring everything back together. Keep the top body proud. That left ear should be away from that left shoulder. Don't sink into that arm. And now we're going to bring our hand to the waist and raise and lower that top leg. So keeping it straight, pointing your toe, we're just going to lift, lower, pointing your toe and making sure you're working with your breath. Make sure you don't sway side to side in this or forwards and backwards. You have a good stability and grounding. Now tap the front of the mat and then tap behind of the mat. So we're going to go in semicircles. Keep going here. And we're more interested in the range in front and behind the mat rather than how high can you get that leg. Last one, and we are done. Take a deep breath and sit on your knees. Now take some big rolls through the shoulders backwards whilst taking deep breaths in and out. Let's just release any tension. So bring your right arm across the body, keeping it straight, and pull that in. Release and do that on the opposite side. So left arm straight across the body and just bring that in with your right arm. Staying as you are, bring your left arm over your head and stretch it all the way across whilst breathing in deeply, getting a nice stretch in that side body. And do the same on the opposite side, taking your time, looking up towards your biceps. As always, we need to do the other side, so just change your position and make sure your right leg is down now with your left leg extended, and it's your right arm that's down. Once you've found your positioning and you are stable, you can bring your arms and hands up towards your temple and prepare to start. Exhale, lower down towards the side. Inhale, bring yourself up to center. Exhale and inhale to bring yourself up. Make sure your movement is just side to side. Remember the toaster. We are but a piece of toast in a toaster, so we can only move in a very narrow plane. Keep going here and you'll be feeling it in your obliques. Keep pushing through here. Stay disciplined in your movement. You're doing really well. Take your time. Do not rush through this. The best exercises are performed slowly. We are really firing up those obliques with this exercise. At this point, I was laughing because if I didn't laugh, I'd cry. You can do it. Put a smile on your face and push through. We only have a few more here. And then this is going to be our last one. And on this one, we're going to bring our hands down to the mat and we're going to prepare for the crunch. So making sure we're long in the body, bring that top arm by the head and bring the elbow towards the knee. Remembering we're trying to stay long in the body, so reach your head as far away from your big toe as possible. Making sure you exhale as you crunch everything together and stretching out as far as possible. Keep going here. Working with our breath. Let's stay long, and again, don't dip into the shoulder. Make sure that the chin is away from the chest and that the neck is lifted up off that shoulder. Stretching out as far as possible. Keep going. Okay, that's your last one. So what you're going to do is bring your hands to your hip now, and we're going to point that toe and raise and lower. As I said before, your leg actually doesn't need to come very, very high. It's just about raising it off the ground and engaging both the glutes and the core to do so. Keep going here. Use your breath. And now we're going to tap the toe forwards and backwards. So imagine we're painting a little rainbow or a semicircle using that big toe. To the back of the mat and to the front of the mat. Try and keep the leg long. That is, don't bend at the knees. Try and make this a movement that is just following from the hips all the way down. Continuing to tap, and last one. You can roll out those wrists and just sit back on your heels. And you'll be delighted to know that after we've stretched out our wrists, we're going to lie on our back. So making sure you are nice and comfortable, make sure that your legs are hip distance apart. We're just going to roll through that pelvis. So get into an anterior tilt and a posterior tilt, just to create some mobility and really wake up that pelvis. Placing your hands on your hips, this will help so that you can have a visualization or tactile feedback of the movement, rolling forwards and backwards, remembering that your neutral spine is somewhere in the middle. Once we're happy there, we can clasp our hands behind our heads and raise our legs up into tabletop. On the exhale, we're going to lower the left leg down towards the mat and bring it back up. We're going to swap sides to do the same thing. Now our head is still down on the mat, so it will be difficult to bring the feet all the way down whilst maintaining that bend in the knee. So just think about bringing them as close as possible without arching into your lower back. If you feel it in your lower back, don't dip them as low. Now if that is comfortable for you, I'd like you to exhale and raise your head up off the mat, looking between your thighs, and continue with the movement. If you raise your head and you find that this is too much, you can lower it back down to the mat and continue as before. Keep breathing. Keep bringing that belly button in towards the spine. Keep the core engaged. Don't allow your back to arch up off the mat. And now on the next one, lower that left toe to balance on the ground and twist towards your right knee, bringing that right knee in and extending it. So we're in a modified bicycle here where the left leg is staying still, but we're twisting to bring that left elbow towards the right knee. Think about getting a nice turn in your thoracic spine. So turn your midsection as far as possible. Don't just bring in the elbow. Said we weren't here for long. On the next one, can we keep that turn in the torso straight in the right leg and raise and lower that right leg, all the while we're turning towards the right side. So that core is engaged, it's tight and it's twisting. We're keeping it still and we're raising and lowering a straight right leg. Keep going here using your breath. Keep raising and lowering here. This is the last one. And release. You can bring yourself back into center We're going to swap sides. So now the right leg will be stabilizing you as you turn towards your left side. So you're twisting through that mid-body, bringing that elbow and the knee together, whilst stabilizing with those right toes on the ground. Try and twist as much as you can. Think about your abdomen being a wet towel. We want to twist and turn it as far as possible. I love this exercise because it works so much of the core all at once. Keep pushing through, even if you can feel that burn. We're going to straighten that leg now. Hold. So keep that hold towards your left side. Lift and lower that straight left leg. So you'll be feeling a slight burn in the top part of the body, but we're going to be holding it still. Keep going here. This is the last one. Lower everything down. Well done. Take a rest. Bring your head down to the mat. Hug your knees close to your chest and just release any sort of tension that's built up in the body. You can rock yourself side to side. Take a few deep breaths in here. I really want to challenge you, and this is going to be extremely short, but if you can extend your legs straight upwards and then lift your head up off the mat and lift and lower alternate legs, all whilst looking through the thighs. So you want your head slightly lifted, bringing your belly button towards your spine, just raising and lowering straight legs. Last two here. Bringing your legs back up to center after the last one. You can bend at your knees, lower them down to the mat, and hug your knees in towards your chest. Really get a nice stretch here. It works really, really hard. Another stretch I really enjoy is if you bring your arms down towards the mat as though you're a tree. So put them flat and then drop both of your knees towards one direction whilst looking in the opposite. Taking a few deep breaths in here, bringing everything to center, and then dropping your knees towards the opposite side, and your head looks the alternate direction. Taking a few deep breaths. Okay, this is the last for the core. Bringing your hands behind your head, raise your head up off the mat, look between the thighs and lift your legs into tabletop. Turn your toes outwards and bring your heels together so they're like a V. And then imagine you're pushing something away. So there's a wall or there's something just at the bottom of your feet that you want to push away. Bring your knees into your chest and then extend and do the same. Remembering that our heels are together, our toes are apart. So our feet are giving us a V shape. And we are holding our head in our hands. Push your head down into your hands rather than crushing your chin to your chest. We're not here for very long. This is the last one for the core. Really excellent for the lower core as well. This is your last one. And lower your head down, hug your knees into your chest. Well done. Whilst you're hugging your knees in, can you roll in a circle? So just roll your hips around in a circle, and this gives a really nice massage to the lower back. And you can stop and go the alternate direction. And then release your legs down towards the mat, lying flat on your back. Taking a few deep breaths in here. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Spread your legs wider than the mat and flex your feet so that your toes are looking up towards the ceiling. Roll up and sit tall on your sit bones, and you're going to bring your right hand towards your left foot, pulse, and then extend and do the opposite in the opposite direction. Now here you really want to be reaching as far back possible with the opposite hand. And we're going to feel a really nice stretch in the back of the legs, also in the back. If this is too hard with your legs straight, you can put a little bend in your knees and really just keep working to try and extend as far possible as you can and bring your chest down towards your thighs rather than trying to bring your head down. We just have a few more here. Keep going. This actually should feel really nice. I did enjoy this after all of the hard work we've done. We're going to finish with a few roll-ups. It's It's a great exercise, and also just again will encourage us to breathe and lengthen through that spine. So laying on your back, extend your arms overhead, legs are flat on the ground. Inhale, lift your arms up, bring your chin towards your chest, reaching forward, flex your feet and extend as far possible as you can. You may find that you can reach further today than you could previously. And we roll back, again extending with those arms. Inhale, exhale, bringing chin down towards the chest, reaching forward with those arms, lifting from the upper back, mid back, lower back, and extending forward as far as you can with those fingers, tucking in that pelvis, bringing your lower back, mid back, and then upper back towards the mat. Continue here, keeping your arms straight and really working on curling through that spine, lifting it up vertebra by vertebra. And when you return, dropping the lower back, then the mid back, and then the upper back, and bringing the arms overhead. And keep going. This is your last one. Reaching as far as you can, and then laying back down on the mat slowly, vertebra by vertebra, taking a few deep breaths in here, thanking yourself and your body for joining me today, and I look forward to you joining me for the next class. Bye.